My name is David Harrison Greis. Welcome to the Greis Report, your unfiltered daily voice for truth. I'm raising red alarm today. This is red alert for America, for American democracy. Where are the missing people of Alligator Auschwitz? The Miami Herald today reported that there are missing people. There are people that are unaccounted for. They don't know where they are. They're not keeping records of some of these individuals. And when you call the Department of Homeland Security or the ICE Gestapo, they'll just say, oh, they're in transit. Oh, they're this. Oh, they're that. They can't locate a large amount of people. There are missing people in a concentration camp. Red alert, everyone. Red alert. This is what we were warned about. This is what those poems are about. This is what happened in World War II. Time to get active and shut these camps down. So let's get into tonight's show. So speaking of the ICE Gestapo, I learned about an organization today that's doing amazing work. They're called the Massachusetts Immigrant and Refugee Advocacy Coalition, or MIRA. And, you know, I love the way that the wordplay sounds too, because if you see ICE, that's what you're going to say. Look, ICE, right? So they interviewed somebody at Boston 25 named Elizabeth Sweet. She is the public relations person and kind of like runs most of the operation, it seems there. You're going to see a little clip of her talking about something, and there's something I want to highlight that she says. So I'll let you see the clip first, and then we'll talk about it.
It's been an incredibly hard last few months and last several months, being quite honest.
Elizabeth Sweet is the executive director of the Massachusetts Immigrant and Refugee Advocacy Coalition, also known as MIRA. It's an organization that works to advance immigrant rights, and with an increase of ICE agents in Massachusetts, Sweet says their work is more important than ever.
The reality is, for so many families, for so many parents, for so many children, there are folks that are going to work, to school every day, who are scared of whether they're going to see their family member again at the end of the day.
And Sweet says recently she's witnessed instances where that has happened.
Both parents were arrested and the child was left behind, by ICE. And so what happens to that child, that feels inhumane for a child to witness that and be left on their own.
We reached out to the Department of Homeland Security, which said they are targeting sanctuary cities like Boston. They wrote in part, quote, sanctuary policies like those pushed by Mayor Wu not only attract and harbor criminals, but also place these public safety threats above the interests of law-abiding.
Yeah, you heard what I heard. You heard it. Yeah, ICE Gestapo are really separating kids from their families. They're just coming in, they're sweeping up the parents and leaving the kid behind. What happens to that child? You took both their parents and now you have a child out in the street. What kind of sickness runs through the deep recesses of your disgusting minds to think that that is acceptable? It's not. You all suck. Massively. And we're going to shut you down one way or another. So if you like what you're hearing tonight, please remember to like, subscribe, and down here we have an email address, thegreisreport@gmail.com. Again, that's thegreisreport@gmail.com. Please send us any tips, leads, story requests, any kind of interactions with the ICE Gestapo that you might have had. We are happy to boost your personal stories on air. And if you do hit that subscribe button, it helps us get the word out there because we want to make sure that everybody's getting access to the truth. Now, just a little piece of information that I was given today by one of my people in the network. They told me that the Congressional feeds, the live feeds from Congress, have been cut, and they've migrated to YouTube with an open comment section. There's a number I'm going to be putting on the screen. You'll be seeing that number next to me. And if you call that number, that's the Office of the Congressional Conduct. Please make sure to hold them accountable for trying to cut off our access to the truth, because democracy dies in darkness, and we can't allow that to happen. So just a couple of quick things that I want to highlight. One piece of good news, or actually two pieces of good news. Mayor Brandon Johnson of Chicago, he signed an order today called the Right to Protest Order. And the Right to Protest Order essentially means that if people are protesting against the ICE Gestapo, they are protected to do that in Chicago. And if the ICE Gestapo are trying to push them away or anything's going on, the leaders of Chicago PD will meet with the leaders of the protests and help them move to a more secure location to continue their protest, but they will be protecting the protesters, not firing upon them like we saw in Los Angeles. So Chicago, really, Governor Pritzker, Mayor Johnson, you are heroes to all of us right now in this movement. And the final thing I want to close on, another piece of good news. Judge Kaplan, you've heard him before on my show. What he did was he was the one who came down hard on 26 Federal Plaza. The New York Times is reporting that Judge Kaplan came down really hard, issued an injunction today demanding that they improve the conditions at 26 Federal Plaza here in New York City, which, for those of you not familiar yet, is an ICE Gestapo detainment trap. So they go into the immigration courts, they try to leave to go home, and they get abducted by ICE Gestapo and thrown in the holding cells. He called it inhumane and unconstitutional. So this is still playing out in court. So we don't have really an ending to it yet. So we'll be following up on this because it is a developing story. Thank you for watching the show tonight. My name is David Harrison Greis. This has been the Greis Report. Thank you for joining the Resistance and have a great night.